Okay, you guys, welcome back to Jamie's Crazy Life. I'm going to turn you around and I'm going to show you what I'm making. I'm making a CO2 trap for the bed bugs. Someone watched my video on YouTube here and private messaged me they had gotten them from a bed sheet set they bought. And they had a problem with them. And they said, keep using the alcohol and the diatomaceous earth dust, but not to use it so heavy because I'm using way too heavy. And they had suggested I make the CO2 traps because they said they worked for them. And right now, I will take anybody's advice because the family members who gave it to us has not talked to us. When we finally got an answer back from them, they said they ordered Bye Bug, and I knew they had ordered it once, and it was around $100, but they spent over $600, and they still had to vacuum, and spray, vacuum, spray. So, I don't know what else they tried because they ain't talking to us. So I am going to try this CO2 because I think I've got a lot of them, but you're not gone until they're gone. And last night I went and checked on the husband, and I saw 3 of them on him, and I felt so bad for him. And this person says, stop using your husband's bait. So the hubby will be happy to know that. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to make this. Now we have carpeting, so we have to use something heavier than a soda bottle, because I was afraid the 2-liter soda bottle would turn over because your ingredients are yeast and sugar, and I don't want him to accidentally knock it over, and then I have sugar water all over the floor, and then I have an ant problem afterwards. So I'm going to turn you around and show you what I'm going to use, and then I'll show you it's set up. Okay? Okay, you guys, what they said to do is to get lukewarm water, about 2 quarts. So this is a 2-quart mixing bowl. So I'm going to fill that with 2 quarts of lukewarm water. Okay? That's 2 quarts. Now, from that 2 quarts, get about 6 ounces in another cup and put in 6 ounces in another container. So that's roughly more than 6. That's about 6 ounces. Okay? From that 6 ounces, you got 2 cups of sugar. Take a tablespoon of sugar and put it in that water. Stir that up. Now what you need is yeast. So we're going to stir in that water, that sugar, and make sure it stirs well. Because what I'm going to do eventually is, while this is sitting with the yeast in it and getting all foamy on top, I'm going to be taking this airline tubing, and I'm going to be taking this jar, because I'm using a jar. A lot of people use the 2-liter soda bottles, but we don't drink 2-liter soda, and I'm afraid on carpet it's going to tipple over, so I'm probably going to put this jar on a piece of tile so that it doesn't get knocked into the carpet. But I did pick up these plastic lids so I can put a hole here and put the tubing in there, and once I get that on there, I will caulk it so no air, no gas or CO2 escapes me. And then this tubing will go into a cup, and I will show you that. But this is the active dry yeast, and now I'm going to put that in the cup of sugar water here, and I'm going to stir this really good. One guy actually put this in a jar and shook the crap out of it and got it activated that way, but my understanding is really good stirring works too. So what you want to do is get that yeast activated, and then once that yeast is activated, you want to put the sugar in the water, in the big container of water, and you want to mix it all together and then pour it into your container and then have the tubing come out, which I'll show you the steps. But right now I'm going to stir this. My understanding, this takes about 10 minutes for this to get all frothy and all like happy. Just want to stir it up really good. guess I could have put it in a empty mayonnaise jar and shook the crap out of it. Or I guess I could put it in that jar there and shake it. So this is what I want to do. I want to stir this, stir this, stir this, stir this, stir this. Vigorously, they said. And if I've done this right, in a minute, in about 10 minutes, this thing will be up to about here, all bubbly and foamy, and that's what I want. I'm starting with the one. I'm going to put this bed bug trap around my husband's recliner and see if it helps. I have vacuumed up the diatomaceous dust. It's still on the floor, but I've vacuumed up my snowstorm because the person who contacted me said, you don't need to have it that thick. I don't know. I was just panicking. So, told the husband if I don't see him kind of like gone. I know I have to treat for a while. My understanding is I have to like really pay attention to this for the next 3 to 6 months. But I'd like to get the initial infestation under control. Alright, that looks pretty much mixed up nice. It looks like a really creamy coffee. You know, the color does. So that looks quite good. So I'm going to leave this for the next 10 minutes to fluffle up. And I think in that process of that time, I will be getting the trap set up, getting the trap ready. So I'm going to put you guys on hold while I do all that. Okay, you guys have done something right because, look, I have frothy stuff. While that was frothing, don't know what to call it, or foaming up, I took paper towel and I taped it to this cup. The idea, I guess, is that they will climb up the paper towel and then fall to their death. Now, I'm going to put a little powder in there yet, which I've not done. I'm going to put a little diatomaceous powder in there, kind of like take a makeup brush and powder it. But now what I have to do is take this last 2 cups of... Now, this, before I do that, I am using liquid nail clear seal around the tubing on the top here and underneath. You don't want the tube to hit water. The tube is just so the CO2 gases escape. And I figured this was liquid nails. It seals all, so I don't know. Don't know. So now I'm going to mix the remainder of my sugar into this water. Okay. Stir that up a little bit. Once I do that, then I'll put that frothy stuff, the cup of yeast there, into it. And then I will pour a majority of it into this jar. I don't know how much is going to fit in the jar, but we have 6 jars. And we're doing 3 traps in that room. So I got to stir up the water, the sugar. Get that well blended. This was still room temperature lukewarm water. So that everybody says start with lukewarm and then room temperature. So stir, 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 stir. And I cut the hose about arm length, almost to my armpit. So that's the length I needed for how I'm going to put it in the room. I think that looks pretty much stirred. So now, pour this in. And I want every bit of that, so I want every bit of that froth. So I'm going to put you guys on hold while I get this froth. I guess the idea is just to mix this up. The one guy said, oh, it looks like lemonade. Well, I don't know if it looks like lemonade to me, but I guess it does. But the idea is just to mix it all up. And this combination is what causes the, I guess the scientific chemical reaction that causes, that makes CO2. I didn't know at this age I was going to do a science project. I think I'm well mixed. I think I am. I'm not seeing anything. I think I'm well mixed. Because the idea is that you pour this in a container And they say it lasts 2 to 3 weeks. I don't know. We're going to find out. This mixture. I just hope the husband doesn't accidentally bump into it and knock it off. Alright, so then once you get it there, you're supposed to pour it into your container. So this is a mason jar we picked up. You're supposed to pour it in to your container and pour it all over your kitchen counter in the process. You don't want the straw to touch, so I'm going to stop about there. Okay, so I'm going to set this up on the floor and show you guys what I do, so hold on. Okay guys, this is what I did. This is where I put it. There's my jar. There's my trap. Hopefully they will crawl up those pieces of paper towel. I don't think I should have made them longer. Hopefully they will crawl up that. And they will go in there. And they will not be happy. Now I got to turn the light off in here. And I have to shut the shade. Because supposedly sunlight messes up the yeast. So I'm going to shut the light off. I'm going to turn off the light. And I'm going to shut the door. So let's see. Once I turn off the light. I shut the door. I mean, it's not super dark in here. But hopefully, those boogers will come out to that. Hopefully. Hopefully, hopefully, hopefully. So, let's wait and see what happens. I hope this works. I'll let y'all know. Okay, I've set 3 traps. One there, behind the chair. One over here, by the dresser. I know there's powder everywhere, but that's just life. And one over here by the chair. So let's hope that they come to the little party I've set up for them. It's party time, people. Let's hope they come to the little party I put up for them. I set the jars on tile and the cups on the carpet. Those tiles came from a dumpster dive. So let's hope that this all works. He dropped a butterscotch back there. Probably didn't see it in all the white powder. I did vacuum up some of it, so hopefully they'll go party time. So I put a piece of dark fabric over the window. So hopefully it'll darken it up in here.
Is there dust in the cups?
Yes, the 2 cups, the last 2 cups, I used a poofer from the diatomaceous dust and poofed a little dust in there. The first one I just used a makeup brush and put some in it. So, hopefully this works. Hopefully this works. So we're going to say good night, bugs. It's nighttime. We're going to fool you. And you guys need to come out and have a party. Alright, I'll let y'all know. Okay, you guys. This is like 24 hours later. If you look really hard, there are 2 in there. There's one there and a baby one there. So it did catch something there. Alright, so as far as the chair goes, I have only found 1 bug today. So that's a plus. This trap has 1 in it. See it right there? And they're juvenile, so that trap has 1. So I did catch 3. I'm going to leave it for, they say these traps last about 2 or 3 weeks. So we're just going to wait and see. Yeah, husband's sleeping on plastic. Just to make sure nothing crawls on him. He said he did not get bit last night, which is a plus. No biting. There's a couple dead ones there. I gotta vacuum them up. So, I mean, They're dying. So had not seen hardly anything. So I think we caught them early. But we will continue to treat this room for 6 months to a year, because we're not going to take a chance. But if you like what you see, like and subscribe. In a couple days, I'll do a follow-up video on those traps, because I think I'm going to keep the traps going for a while too. Like I said, they said on the internet, on YouTube channel, this one dude, that you can they actually work for 2 to 3 weeks. So I think I'm going to keep the traps going to see what we collect. If I collect quite a few over the next couple days in the traps, I'll come back and do another video. But like I said, if you get bed bugs, tell people about it. Let them come in your house knowing you got them. That way they can take precautions. If I had been told that the family member had them, I would have still visited. I just would have not taken my purse in, and maybe I would have changed my clothes or stripped naked outside before I walked in my house, so I didn't have clothes on that could have had them on. That I would have possibly covered my car seats with. We haven't found any in the cars, but I probably would have covered car seats with plastic. I would have taken precautions and still visited them. But I'm hoping that my videos will help people know what to do, because I've had people I did not know be the ones to give me advice. The only answer we got from the family member was that they used this stuff called Bye Bedbugs or something. They spent like $600 on it, and they vacuumed, and they told me to Google it. So that's as much as I got out of the family member. So it's been quite irritating to have to deal with this, and to feel like, see nothing, and to feel like they're mad at me over this, and I'm the one who could be mad. So, but if you like what you see, like, subscribe, tell a friend, and like I started to say, 1 out of 5 homes get these. You don't have to be dirty. As someone told me, 5-star hotels get them, and that's 5-star hotels. So it's just, I guess at this point in life, it's just the luck of the draw whether or not you get them or not. But we have warned our friends and other family members that we had them. Like I said, they were isolated in 2 areas. This chair and Mama's bed. We found them in Mama's bed first, which she had like hardly nothing compared to this chair had. And we dumped that bed. Now, 3 weeks later, we've not seen a sign, even though I've been treating her room. And we did buy her new bed today, but we left it in the original plastic, and then we re-plasticed it and put diatomaceous dust in between the 2 layers of plastic, because they don't like plastic. And I will continue to treat her room and vacuum her room and keep an eye on her room, because we have not got them anyplace else in the house that we're aware of. So I will see you guys in the next video. Probably do a follow-up on this mess and show you what the traps get in a couple days. But until then, I will talk at you later. And enjoy the craziness of life, because you might laugh at it. But I ain't laughing. This one I'm not laughing at. I said you might laugh. So I will see you guys in the next video.